HR, the HR will totally understand your weak point.
Okay.
Because right now the answer which you gave, no, those answers were speaking on behalf of your experience. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I request you, if I am not able to connect, if you're not able to connect, if that is wrong, do let me know. Okay, ma'am, it is not that, it is this I'm feeling. I am telling you on behalf of my interview experience, okay, which I have
Yes.
observed, or my personal, using my psychological skills, looking at your face, and which depicts certain things about your personality. I'm talking on that base. Now, you are, you know, now, do you read books? What are some of your favorites?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a vivid reader, as I have mentioned earlier. My most favorite author is Jane Austen. I enjoy reading her novels a lot, and I enjoy reading the poetry of Rabindranath Tagore.
Great. Now, what is content spinning and why you must avoid it?
Content spending means revolving a certain topic in a circle. It may We should avoid it because it delivers the same information in a shifting of words and paragraphs. It will bore the audience or the reader. So,
Again, no,
yeah.
please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It has become your mind tendency, I think. Getting
Yes,
my
ma'am.
point? So
Yeah,
I think,
I
see,
think, yeah,
see,
I have this point, I have that point to say.
why? Why? As I said earlier, because you have loads of experience.
Yes, ma'am.
It's coming to your mind. Suppose you have end up the answer, mind is signaling, okay, you can say this also. Then after taking 2 second pause, then you are giving the answer. Right?
Actually, the questions that you are asking now, these are all new questions. I have never experienced these questions and never
I
listened to
I
this
told
question.
that is why I'm asking you this question. I do not want to repeat question which I which we practiced yesterday, because again, if I would ask the same question, what would be the difference? You've already gone through
Yes,
the question. So if I'll ask you that question, you'll able to answer. But I'm
yes,
preparing you for the worst case scenario that you should know everything.
yes,
Yes. Second is only one thing I'm afraid. I have fear. That is, after you stop answering, after taking 2 second pause, again you tend to answer the same question. Do not do that. It will put negative impact on your interview session.
okay, ma'am. I'll keep that in
Right.
mind. Yeah.
How will you do that? I'll tell you. See, suppose what generally happens is many parents, they come up to me and say, ma'am, our teacher, they tell our child that, do not get angry, but they do not give us reason how to control anger. It is very easy to say, don't get angry. Why are you getting agitated? But reason. So I would tell you one thing. The reason I'm telling you control, but how will you control your mind? It is not easy. Why? Because your mind has been carrying that expression from so long. You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
also say, "Ma'am, how do you expect that in an interview session? How can I come? Please tell me to overcome this problem." It is also a problem. No, you know the answer, but after
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
2 second pause, again you're giving. So it's a problem. And
Yes, ma'am.
and if I'll tell you stop doing that, you'll just say, okay, ma'am. But the mind has been following this tendency from so long. How will it automatically stop? I'll tell you, I'll give you a magical boon for this. It will stop once. You know what you do when the HR will ask you a question, no? What is, close your eyes for 2 seconds. This is how you have to play with the mind. If the HR is asking question, what is freelancing? Then your mind will only signal the information which you have understood now.
Okay.
And second, before your interview process, just tell your mind, take 2 second pause before your actual interview process in the evening. Sit
Okay.
alone and say, okay, universe, this is my weakness. Right? Make sure I do not repeat this.
Okay.
Sit alone, conduct your whatever your voice interview process. Make sure that you're speaking slowly. Then this will not happen. Then automatically, when your mind will tell to speak more, you will not speak. Words will not come. You'll automatically stop. And then this is where the point you'll be able to connect. You'll remember me that, yeah, exactly. This is what ma'am told me. Take a pause
Yes.
and speak slowly. Two
Okay.
things. Before your actual interview, do not anyone. Just interact with the universe. How with the universe? Just sit alone and say, this is my weakness and I have to overcome it. Fine. Then
Okay.
close your eyes before the HR asks you a question. Close your eyes. It's a voice process. Close your eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. This is how you'll be able to connect. Right?
Okay.
Close your eyes. Think. Okay, fine. Then answer. and then
Got it.
automatically your mind, you will stop. Your mind will not signal to speak more on that.
Yes.
It's all a process. I am talking to you, it's going to your mind, your ears are signaling that, and then you are listening to it, and then you are reverting it back. So it's
Yes.
here. I always say
Yes.
it's here. Many people, they come to me for counseling, ma'am, this has happened, that has happened. I always tell them it is here. Take a 2-second pause, focus on your breath, it will all vanish from you. It depends on how you treat your mind. It is also a game. Just similarly,
Yes.
when you use your mobile phone, no, so the mobile knows what content you want to see. AI knows that. So if you are searching any author, if I'm searching on YouTube Sandeep Maheshwari, so again and again his videos will be portrayed to me. Why? Because the AI knows that. Similarly, our mind, it is not we are using our mind is using us. The mind knows what we want or what we do not want. But we have to tell
Okay.
our mind, okay, you stop for some time. I know what I am doing, and I know how much I have to speak. That will only happen when you'll sit alone and you'll connect yourself there.
Okay, ma'am. I'll
Now, this
take
is
this
not
in.
interview. This is not an interview part. This is psychology part, which I
Yes,
tell my candidates in my counseling session. But I know you are up to the mark and you will clear your voice process today. That is, I'm giving you
ma'am.
this last moment tip, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'll keep this
fine,
in my mind.
sure. Now, coming back to the interview process, what is the difference between Grammarly free versus premium?
Grammarly is an app which is used to check the grammar in our content. Free will give us very limited version of the app that we can use, whereas the premium will offer us more options that can or thoroughly which is affiliated with the AI, and it can help us more in the content and providing a very good piece of paper without any
Great.
mistake.
How do you decide the tone of a content?
To decide the tone of the content, I will first research the targeted audiences. I will know the client or the business objectives and the roles of it. And accordingly, I will also research about the platforms that the content is going to be published. Depending on that, I will decide the tone whether it will be an formal tone or an informal tone. For example, white papers, newsletters should be in an formal tone, whereas the blog or social media post can be an informal tone, which can be more engaging with the audience.
What are the main qualities of content? Good content.
The main qualities of a good content that it should be concise, precise, it should have a clear objectives, it should have understanding and a headings, subheading, it should be a SEO optimized, it should use external and internal links, it images optimization should be there with alt text. We can also provide video references, and it should also provide the source links for the fact checks.
What can you do to make your content look more authentic?
I uh, i will rely on trusted sources, and I will double check my facts, and I will also provide the links to the facts that I have provided in my content.
Being a content writer, what are the things you enjoy most?
I enjoy the creative process of the content, while I can
Mm.
express my ideas in a creative way, and also
Mm.
connect, inform, and also engage with the audience and provide them with new information.
Okay. Now tell me the reason why we should hire you.
I'm very passionate content writer. I see myself uh, aligning with this role more, and I want to reach further heights in I'm sorry, a little bit.
Why should we hire you again?
I'm a
I'll
promising
tell you.
content writer.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
See, now what happens is, the HR, the HR will totally understand your weak point,
Okay.
because right now the answer which you gave, no, those answers were speaking on behalf of your experience. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I request you, if I'm not able to connect, if you're not able to connect, if that is wrong, do let me know. Okay, ma'am, it is not that, it is this I'm feeling. I am telling you on behalf of my interview experience, okay, which I have
Yes.
observed, or my personal, using my psychological skills, looking at your face, and which depicts certain things about your personality. I'm talking on that base. Now, you are a use your other mind, your negative sort of mind a lot. You're not clever person. You are simple, down to earth. Right? As much
Yes.
a studious, you can say a studious person. Jitna pada hai, you understand Hindi also?
Yes, ma'am. I
So
understand
jitna
Hindi.
jitna pada hai, as per your knowledge, you speak. Right? But the
Correct.
HR, they will try to say something, ask something which is not related to your experience, to know
Yes, ma'am.
to break you down somewhere. Right?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
So when I asked you question, not based on experiences, why should we hire you, right? These type of questions. So automatically you're like, now what do I speak on this? Now
Right,
this
ma'am.
this is some this has nothing to do with the experiences, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm going with this flow in that content. My mind is in that zone, and suddenly, if this question is like, it's a punch in the face to me.
Because it is not a part of the interview. I mean, it is not part of your experience. Right now, you are giving answer back to back. Why? Because that's based on your experiences. You have experienced that. You have been doing that in your past life, right? In your
Yes,
present
ma'am.
company, you have been doing that. You have been working on that. But now, why should we hire you? This is out of the box,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So now,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
this, your mind is thinking, okay, what to speak now? What next? Your
Yes.
experience, and when you experience, suppose you being a parent, you'll advise your children that do this, do that. That's not you who's speaking. That's you are speaking on behalf of your experiences, which we name it, which the student name it generation gap. Okay, mama, you're not of our generation, you won't understand. They name it generation gap, but whereas for parents, it is experience.
Based on the
It's
experience.
now if I sit with 90-year-old man and I talk to the person, I generally do that in the evening. I talk, so they are speaking on behalf of their experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. But if I'll ask them what did you eat last night? Or, fine, what happens to you generally? Out of the box question. So they'll also have to use their mind. They'll be blank. It is a very common phenomenon. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you do is this question will be asked to you, whether in your voice call process or in your interview process.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Why should we hire you?
Okay.
So what you have to do is say, ma'am, simply you have to say, ma'am, I have the required skill and experience. I'm only, what are the skills? Talk about the skills. I'm an active listener, quite patient, I have good confidence level. I'm only looking for a platform where I'll get opportunity to showcase my skills. That's it.
Okay.
You want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Ma'am, I have the required skills and the strengths that is needed for this position. I just need a right platform to showcase my talent, and I think this will be. Hmm? I think this
Continue,
will be.
continue.
I will be. This will be provided through your company.
Again, reframe this answer. Say, ma'am, because what happened now, generally when you were answering earlier, your tone of voice had confidence. Whereas now when you are answering, it lacks confidence. Getting my
Yes, ma'am.
point? So tone of
Yes, ma'am.
voice should be same. Tone should be same. Again. Okay, now tell us, Mrs. Ahilya, Akhila, why should
Akila.
we hire you? Sorry, why should we hire
Ma'am,
you?
Ma'am, I do have all the skills that are required for this position, and I think I can contribute to this role in my apt way. So I just need a platform to showcase my talent and the skills.
Great, great. See, in the
Okay.
interview process, there are three rounds. First, the introduction. Second is a questionnaire round, and third is why should we hire you? What are your salary expectations? This that. Okay. Now, why the HR categorized in three? Because if the interviewer is able to qualify first, they want to trap. It's like a trap. They want kahin to ruke, kahin to we catch the quality. We pick the negative aspect. Why they pick the negative aspect? To differentiate you from the other candidate.
Yes, ma'am. Got
Suppose they have 5 resumes. They out of 20, they have selected 5 candidates. Now, out of 5, they have to select 3 candidates. Why should you be different from others? So they try to mold you down. They'll try to make a trap so that you get confused, just as your tone got differentiated, right? So be
Yes.
prepared for that. You qualified first round, production round was good, question answer round was good. Now last round, that is why should we hire you. Generally, it happens with people. Why? As I told you earlier, because the experience speaks, right?
Yes.
Last, why should we hire you? There where our roles start. We have to train in such a way that all the rounds get qualified,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If you
Right.
have any questions, you can ask from your end because I'm done with the questionnaire now. My only advice to you is, which I have observed is, do not take a pause of more than 2 seconds. And when if you have
Got
taken the pause, in the answer there and then. Do not speak more. That will only happen when you will follow the technique connecting with the universe, as I told you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Right?
I'll do that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anything else? And you have an interview in the evening. Meanwhile, while you're preparing, any thought which comes to your mind, message us that.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Sure.
I do,
Do not.
I do have a query regarding this only. If I have been presented with an unexpected question like this, so can I take a little bit pause before answering, or is it expected to answer immediately?
You can take pause.
I
You
can
can
take
take
pause
pause. Mhm. And you can also say,
because
ma'am, could you please repeat the question? It's a
okay,
normal phenomena. We are humans. Humans do make error. We are not AI, right? So, ma'am, could you
yeah,
please repeat? And when the person will repeat, no, so your mind will get time to reframe the answer,
okay, okay,
right? We
and
can use several techniques. There are many millions of techniques which you can use.
ah, yes.
Yeah.
I just felt that way when you are explaining me. I should have. I know those points. I know I can answer it, but I thought maybe if I had took a little bit of pause before answering, I could have answered better.
That means you are able to connect. You're getting to know that, okay, ma'am has also noticed the same thing which is happening with me. You know
Yeah.
what?
Yes.
What I generally do, my phenomena, I work differently than other interviewers. What I do is I introspect the candidate first.
Yes, ma'am.
Before knowing and the candidate, I introspect and I tell the candidate, this is the problem which you are facing. This is the reason why the candidate gets connected to me, to find she knew what is the problem which I'm actually facing. So, ma'am, okay, fine. Now tell me, how was your interview process? Was it fine?
This is very good, Martin. This is an like I feel like it's an once in a lifetime experience because it's like a completely learning curve for me, which I've never experienced before.
Yeah. Why I ask
Maybe
this question is because this motivates me. And if I missed out something, I'll be able to correct on that as well. No, this is the reason.
yeah. Have you observed compared to yesterday, I'm a little bit less nervous today.
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, what I observed, you must have seen in my smile. I mean, the way you were
Yes,
answering, the tone of voice was completely different. The reason is why? Because your mind, all the game of mind understood.
yes,
The
ma'am.
way she's conducting the interview, the same way the voice process interview will also happen.
Okay.
And you have
Yesterday,
faced
even
a
my
video call
hands,
interview.
hands were shaking. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So Vikas
And
sir will be giving you a call and will be answering you will be asking you about the interview process. Anything you have in mind, you contact us. Okay.
ma'am, I have one more question. I
Mhm.
just came across this question. I don't know how to answer that question.
Mhm.
How can you, what, if they ask that, is it okay? Will you include AI in your content? Will you take help of AI? How to answer that question?